So here's the little babies. They're a week old today, I believe. They're so stinking cute. Welcome back to Two Old Crows Homestead. This is Shelly. And we're out here on this beautiful Saturday, but it's really windy, so I hope that you can hear me. We had really bad storms. They actually didn't come through Kentucky last night, but I know a lot of places in Tennessee, Little Rock got hit. So be in prayer for those people. So anyways, Crystal came out here with me this morning to help me with this bed. So this is the bed that had all the peppers in it, and if you remember a couple videos ago, I think, the kids came out here and helped me clean out the garden beds, but this was the bed that was full of Bermuda grass. And I had a couple thoughts about this. I thought about just completely taking this bed up and moving it somewhere else. I'm not going to use chemicals or whatever to fight it. So Crystal was going to help me move the bed. We came out here this morning and tried to, it's really heavy. It's got like, it's 4x4s that are not dried. I think they're just raw, rough cut lumber or whatever. They're really heavy, and there's 6 or 3 on each side, and so altogether I want to say that there's 9 4x4s in this. So we tried to lift it, wasn't getting anywhere with that, but we were able to like wedge it up, and if you'll show over there, we put some landscaping cloth, which is actually what's under all of the pathways out here, and it's a little bit under all of those other beds. It's not underneath these 2 beds in the front, because these 2 beds that were the first ones that we built, and we kind of got gung-ho about that, and I didn't put the landscaping cloth around the beds until after we started building the other beds. So Crystal and I lifted up, with a crowbar or whatever, we lifted up each side, and we shoved the landscaping cloth underneath it, and we've pinned it to the ground. I've still got a bunch of wood chips up front that I'll get Jackson to bring some back here and do the pathways, because he actually loves shoveling wood chips and dumping them. I don't know why. It may be because I pay him, but I don't know. So anyways, I am going to plant Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes in this bed, and but for right now I'm going to take my pitchfork and go through this, or I may go get my I've got one of those wide fork things that you can till up ground with. I may go get one of those. So we got one of the jerk roosters, the one that was bullying King. He keeps getting into the run with the hens, and our guineas hate him. Like, they hate him. They chase him everywhere, which I don't understand why he had to be mean to King after every other animal that has bullied him. I don't even know. But so anyways, that's what that was. But I'm going to plant our Jerusalem artichokes in this bed, and so let me work on this and see if I can get some more of this stuff out of here. That way it's maybe a little bit easier to manage, but let me see if I can get some of that out, and then I'll come back and talk to you about the Jerusalem artichokes. So she's doing this. She's putting that in the ground to bust up all of the soil, the root systems, everything that's in this bed, which is going to be better for the sunchokes anyway. And then I'm gonna take my pitchfork and go through it and start pulling out a bunch of roots from the Bermuda grass. Worms mean healthy soil. It's not dead. It's moving.
Oh, that one's a baby. Can you see it?
Don't stand down here, okay? Alright, I'm going to try to shoot this video. The wind has died down a little bit. We actually had to go inside for a little bit because it got really, really windy. So, I lost power for, I don't know, probably about an hour and a half, something like that. But I want to tell you a little bit about the Jerusalem artichoke. So the reason that I decided to plant these is because the Jerusalem artichoke is, it's supposed to be very similar to a potato. Now, I am one of these people that I don't want to really hear about, well, so-and-so tastes like so-and-so or whatever. I don't know if it tastes like a potato. I have never eaten a Jerusalem artichoke. I do have hopes that it actually does. You can make mashed potatoes out of them. You can fry them up. You can do whatever. It kind of looks like a lumpy potato. But the main reason that I wanted to plant them was not only to be a possible food source for us, but to be a definite food source for our animals. So Jerusalem artichokes they're called sunchokes, and they're very closely related to the sunflower, or they're part of the sunflower family. They get plants on them that will grow between 6 and 8 feet tall with a bright yellow flower at the top, very similar to a sunflower. And they'll grow tons of tubers underground. You don't have to dig the tubers up like you would potato. You have to dig potatoes up and, you know, put them in a cool, dry place and all of that kind of thing. These you can leave in the ground until you actually need them, and then you can go dig them up. They can survive frost and all that kind of stuff. You can leave them in the ground all year long, and they'll just keep coming back and multiplying. The tubers, the plant, the flower can all be eaten by chickens and pigs. So that's another reason that I'm doing this. So with the Jerusalem artichokes, you need to plant them, it said 2 to 6 inches deep and about 1 foot apart. So I have put all of these holes in this bed about 6 inches deep and about 1 foot apart, and I'm gonna get them in the ground. They like loose soil. I'm gonna put hay over the top of it. Yeah, I'm gonna put mulch all around this. Crystal and I lifted this bed up. So this bed has now been cleaned out pretty well of Bermuda grass and planted with sunchokes. I realized that the Bermuda grass is just gonna be a big battle, and I'm gonna have to stay on top of it to keep this bed cleaned out. But Randy's bringing me some hay to put over the top of this because, you know, earth does not like to be uncovered. So to keep stuff from growing in it, we're going to do that. So right now, I don't have, my fence is back there that I took out from around the edge. And I want to put mulch all around the edge of the garden. More mulch, and then put the fence back up to keep the dogs out. And that's mainly why we put the fence up, because these guys like to get in the garden beds and dig because they think it's just a fun thing to do. So this is a very temporary fix. We took the chicken tractor and set it over this bed so they can't get into it and dig up the sunchokes. But this bed is going to have a few repairs done to it, and then it's going to come out, and when the chicks that are up in the brooder are big enough, they will come out here and be in this chicken tractor. So the Jerusalem artichokes, or sunchokes, are just one of the things that we're planting in the garden this year, that we are doing it as a food source for animals. Hopefully within a couple years, which, you know, this bed is not going to be sufficient enough for what I have plans for. This is hopefully just going to get things started, but hopefully within a few years we'll have enough of this growing on the property that it can become a big part of what we feed our animals. I'm also going to be planting, I'm not going to say this right, tromboncinos. They're great big gourds. They're really super long. If you put them on a trellis, they'll grow like straight and long, and they can get, you know, as tall as me. If they grow on the ground, they make big, you know, curled rings or whatever. So that is that's the end goal of this, is to have plants out here that we plant that mainly is a food source for our animals. Look at the chickie baby.
This one we have still look. It's a female.
Aww. Isn't she cute?
You got her feathers around her?
Yep. It's a little girl.
That's the one we got from George.
Thank you, George. So, yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Hopefully I'm going to be getting some other things done on the homestead this weekend. The weather is, even though it's windy, it's beautiful. Right now it's a little bit chilly though. I'm fixing to go in and put a sweater on. But it's a beautiful weekend. Get out there and work on your farm. The spring, there's always stuff to get done in the spring. So, yeah, I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend, and I hope to see y'all again soon. Bye. Yeah, God bless you. Have a great day.